ago, a woman named Bulungan confidently handed a check to a powerful land developer, Miss Dayadaya, as final payment for a piece of land.
Here is the check, Miss Dayadaya. This settle the payment of my land.
Thank you, Miss Bulungan. I will process this soon.
But soon after, Bulungan was accused of forging that very check.
Miss Bulungan, this signature is specimen don't match on the check the court used. Can you explain the differences?
Yes, but powerful people deny it. They say, I forged it.
In court, she pleaded her innocence, insisting that the signature wasn't hers and the check has been altered. Despite her protest, the system sided with Dayadaya. Bulungan's reputation collapsed, her business ruined, her voice silenced. Only one person believed her, a young investigative reporter named Alan, who had been covering local corruption. She interviewed Bulungan, reviewed bank documents, and compared signature samples. Her findings revealed serious inconsistencies. She tried to publish the story, but her editors refused. Powerful forces buried the truth. Allen was quietly dismissed, another silenced voice. Years passed. Bulungan faded from the public eye. Dayadaya rose even higher, untouchable in business and politics. Then, a murder.
You again? You think invoking Bulungan's name can destroy me?
Bulungan's voice deserves to be heard.
Dayadaya was found dead near her body. Investigators found a half-burned cross check. Its signature smudged, but early familiar.
Hello, this is Officer Mark. How can I help you? Copy, copy.
What happened, Officer Mark? I just received a call.
and I'm come here immediately.
Okay, let the team prepare my things and I'll check her.
Good evening, Philippines. Just in, successful businesswoman Miss Gwendolyn Dayadaya have found dead today.
Bank expert confirmed it had been forged again, this time with sophisticated mimicry, using Bulungan's old signature style.
We recovered this check. Burned edges. Someone attempted to destroy it.
Altered amounts, burned edges. A cross marking made it harder to cash, but perfect for creating legal ambiguity.
Signature is forged. Pressure mark. Copy stuff from specimen, not genuine Bulungan signature.
The case made headlines.
It is cross for deposit only and name payee. It also limits who can use it, and date and amount may have been changed.
Investigator focused on an officer named Mark, the first on the scene. The check's design pointed toward him, or so it seemed.
Mark, you were the first at the scene. Did you touch anything, especially that check?
No, sir. I started lying. I didn't touch the check.
In court, legal arguments unfolded.
Attorney, please explain to the court the relevant provisions of the NIL related to this case.
Mark's lawyer presented real versus personal defenses under the Negotiable Instruments Law.
Your Honor, we're dealing with a check that may be forged. Let's keep this simple. There are two types of legal defenses when it comes to check and promissory notes. First is the real defenses. These are strong. They can be used even if the check has passed on to someone innocent. Example, forgery, fraud in factum, minority, and material alteration. When we say forgery, it is a signature was fake. It has no legal effect. While fraud in factum, the signer didn't know that they were signing the check. Minority, if the person signing was under legal age, and material alteration if the amount, date, or the payee was changed without consent. So this make the check invalid, even if a good faith person can claim money from a forged check. Second is personal defenses. These are weaker. They don't work if the check was passed on properly. Examples, lack of consideration, simple fraud, and juris. If lack of consideration, it is like promising to the payee but getting nothing in return. Simple fraud, lying but the person still knowing his hand. Juris, pressure or threats unless it made the signature totally fake. So now, how does a check become cancelled? This is called discharge. It means the check is no longer valid. Payment, once if the check is paid, it's done. Cancellation, if the holder crosses it out or writes cancel. Material alteration, changes without approval. Renunciation, the payee gives up the right to be paid. Under Section 185-189, a check is a written promise to pay drawn from a bank. It must be presented or shown without a reasonable time. If delayed, the maker may not be responsible. A cross check means for deposit only. You cannot cash it in person. It must go into a bank account. Then a stale check. It is an old one. Banks can refuse to honor if it wasn't presented on the present time. Most importantly is forgery. Under Section 23, if the signature is forged, it is totally void. It's like never existed. Even if someone innocent has the check, they cannot get the money from it. So everyone, let's understand it. The law doesn't allow anyone to benefit from a forged check. In view of the law I have cited, Your Honor, it is evident that the liability of the defendant is established and my client's claim must be upheld. Thus, Your Honor, applying the clear provision of the Negotiable Instrument Law, we respectfully submit that the opposition has no legal basis. That is our explanation of the law, Your Honor, and we respectfully rest our argument on its application to this case. That will be all, Your Honor.
The court explained all of it, but no clear suspect emerged. So Mark claimed his innocence. No motive tied him to Dayadaya. Something didn't add up.
The law is fair. A forged signature has no power. Even the most powerful user cannot choose it. The checks must follow rules, presented on time, crossed properly, and not changed. The truth must come out. That is what the law protects.
That's when an observant assistant named Shinbi, reviewing old files, noticed something. The pattern of forgery in the new check matched the signature discrepancies Allen had uncovered years ago in Bulungan's case. Curious, she dug deeper and found an old buried news clipping saying, "Young reporter dismissed after exposing check forgery." And that reporter, Allen. Shinbi confronted Allen after a hearing.
Allen, you framed Mark. You forged the signature. You planted the evidence. You did this for Bulungan's justice.
Yes, Bulungan's life is destroyed. Dayadaya used power. The law failed them. I had to force the truth out. If Mark must be blamed, he is innocent, but useful in the design.
In the end, a forged check left one woman dead and another unheard once again.
Here are the two signatures. Specimen of Bulungan's genuine signature and the forged one used in this crime. The burned ages, the crossing, the alteration. The law under Section 23 renders a forged signature wholly inoperative.
Even when a person acts with courage or with cunning, justice still depends on truth, but truth may still be waiting.
The law is clear. Under Section 23, a forged signature is nothing, void, powerless, and without effect, even in the hands of the innocent. But what if it is not just the signature that is forged, but the truth itself? A truth built on lies, repeated until it is believed, and carried until it feels real. When falsehood wears the mask of truth, it does more than deceive. It strikes at the very heart of justice, leaving even the law blind. No convictions, no verdicts, just a broken system. And a question that still echoes in the silence. When the law fails to speak, who has the right to scream?